Dear students, in the last class we have learned about the laws of reflection, then the process called dispersion, the splitting of light into 7 colors, and in reflection the types of reflection, like regular reflection, where using mirror etc. we will get our image. And then we have studied about irregular reflection. By the irregular reflection, it is possible to see the things around us. Then we have studied about multiple reflection. By this, it is possible to get many images by using two mirrors, and if you keep it at different angles between them, it is possible to get many images. And we have one instrument, not instrument, device we can make, or one thing we can make, namely kaleidoscope, where the multiple images will help us to get the different designs. Okay, so these are the things we have studied in the previous classes. Today we are going to learn about one important sense organ of human being. We have 5 sense organs. Which are they? Like hearing sense organ, ear will help us. Then the smell, nose will help us. The hot or the cold, the sensing the hot or coldness of any object, the roughness, whatever it is. That one touch is done by the skin, smell by nose, hearing by ear, and the taste buds by the tongue, etc. And last, one important sense organ we have, that is eye. Eye will play a very important role in our day-to-day life. Now, what is the role it played? You know, everyone know now, right? That is, around us, whatever things we have, we see them by 2 factors. One, the reflected light should be there. The light should fall on the object and it should reflect, and after reflects it should enter our eye, and then only it is possible, because brain will make you to understand when the reflected light enters our eyes, then the optic nerve, the nerve will send the signal, because they will get activated by light when enter our eye, forming the image. And that activated optic nerve, the nerve is called optic nerve, the nerve related to eyes. Okay, it will send the signal to the brain, and the brain make us to understand what is that object is standing in front of us, or which object we are viewing will get the seeing or sensation of that object. That is about the eye. Now, the thing is how it is possible, or which are the parts eye has, where the light enters, and is any the thing which is help us to get the image inside the eye. So briefly we will learn the science behind the working of eye. Okay, so if you see the structure of the eye, only we can see the part of the eye. It is like a ball structure. Okay, eye has the ball like structure, and between these bones in our bone system, between these two bones, it is much of the eye structure is hidden in that one safely, so that it is protected. Only a part of that ball like structure, eyeball structure is there, no? Part of it we can see outside. Okay, so this is only one part, the white and the black color of the eye we can see, but the much is there behind this two bone, between that cavity it is there. Only if it is considered like a ball, this much part only we can see, the front part of that ball only we can see outside. Now, we will consider where the light enters. Now, if you see the eye, ignore the white part of the eye. Okay. Now, see the black thing which you can able to see. Sometimes that black round figure It may be brown color, some have blue color, some have black color, so different shading it has got, right? So that is the particular important part which will control this, that black part. Or I will show the diagram, a rough diagram I will do. This is the front part. If you see the eye structure here, like a ball, and here the front part. Okay, this is the front part. This much part, from this much part, this is the part where it is behind. We cannot see this one. It is like a ball like sphere it is, and it has muscles, made up of some muscles. This structure. Okay, now this much part is, this is the white part, and from this much part it is inside, we cannot see, only this much part we can see. And here the bulged one structure which you can see, it is actually transparent. This particular black color you can see, no, it is front, it is transparent, so that light can enter. At that part light will enter into our eye. Now how much light enters? Where it goes then? Now this we cannot see transparent, it looks like some color here. Okay, this particular transparent part outside, it is called cornea. It is called cornea of the eye. And since it looks color, because just behind that we have the muscle structure is there, dark color muscle is there. Okay, we have dark color muscle here. Dark color muscle is there, which can expand or which can move the muscle due to the movement of the muscles. And if you see that your cornea, that black color thing, you can see, that color is caused by this particular muscle. We call it as iris. This part we call it as iris. This part muscle we call it as iris, which is responsible to give the color to our eyes. The black, blue, or the greenish color, yellowish, brown, black, whatever color, it is given by this one. And if you see that one, if you see the eye like this way, if you draw the structure of eye, right, then you will draw the inside one more structure. You will draw the eye. When you see the front, you can see the eye like this way, right? Now here you will draw this one. This is the iris, the colored thing you can see, but in front of it we have transparent layer called cornea. So behind that there will be muscle which will give the color here, and here some small opening is there. The size of which varies, big or small it become. This is the muscles which will make this opening here. So it's a small opening is there. This is the opening part here, which is called pupil. This opening is called a pupil. Okay, pupil is there where light enters. This is the small opening. And if you see the other's eye, that structure, you can see the pupil inside, very small one round is there, no, that colored structure in the inside the iris. Or if you see the iris, inside again one small round circle is there, because that muscle becoming contracting or expanding depending upon the how much light we should enter. If much bright light comes, or if it is dark light, depending upon to how much light should enter to see the things, it will control, that iris will control the how much light should enter to our inside our eyes. And it will go through that small inside this one, no? So it will make the movement whatever it is. By that it will control the light which will enter here, and through this opening light will enter here. Okay, that small round will be there, no? Through that, which is called pupil, light will enter here. When light enter here, just behind that we have one structure called lens, because to get the image we need lens. We have lens here, convex lens. Okay, this is the lens, and this lens is supported by the muscles, not support, to make the changes in the thickness of this lens. We have the muscles here holding this lens. We have the muscles here. So it is the lens here. This is convex lens. And this is the muscles. This is the ciliary muscles. Ciliary muscle. Because you have seen when we take the photos, the cameraman will adjust. There is one front part where the lens is there, convex lens is there in camera also. Camera is similar to our eye, okay? And that light when enters through the convex lens, it will get the image on the reel or the photographic reel used in camera, where the images get, or impression or the photo impression will be printed there. Okay, same manner here the light will enter through this pupil, and this lens, the convex lens of the eye, will make it will pass through it, and image will form here behind the eye. This part is called, where image is formed, it is called retina. This part where image is formed, it is called a retina. It is a screen. You can call it is a screen, because image where it will fall, we call it as screen, right? It is a screen of the eye where image formation takes place. Image is formed by this convex lens. You have seen the cameraman is doing focusing. If you want to take the photo, he will go near the object, right? He will make the movement taking the camera. But what about the human being? To focus any object, to see the clearly, we will stand in our own place. We can see far away object also standing here, last bench student also I can see, or if the students are in front bench in the class, I can see them. I should not go like see them, like I won't focus, I won't make my movement of the eye, moving close to that bench first student or last bench. Standing here, I can see this, the object or the thing, the person clearly, because here the thickness of the lens changes. It is possible in camera, the lens has particular thickness, it is made up of glass, transparent glass, it cannot change anything, it is fixed. But whereas in human being, it will change, the thickness, thin, the length, or it will change. This transparent material, we call it as lens of the eye, by the help of the ciliary muscles. It will that muscles will contract or relax depending upon how much thickness you want, depending upon the position of the object to see it. Okay, that is the function of ciliary muscles. And when the light enters, it passes from this lens and it will get image is formed here. Now when the image is formed on the retina here, this is the nose, which will sensitive to the image when it forms, or when the light will fall here, the image will fall here. This is the optic nerve. This is the optic nerve. This is the optic nerve where that sensation of the light signal, it taken here and it passed to the brain. And brain will make you to understand what is that thing you are seeing in front of you. Okay, so that is actually taking place, and you have seen that we can see in the dark light, dim light also we can see the things, and in bright light also we can see the things. And when you see the things, it looks colorful to us, right? Because in the optic nerve, there are two types of cells are there. One is called cones and another structure is called, the nerves is called rods, cones and rods of the optic nerve. They have different nerves, they are structures, because when in a dark, when we are see, these rods will be active. When the image will fall in the dim light, we can seeing the object, then it is activated by this rod structure, nerves of the optic nerve. And if you are seeing the color things, or if you are seeing it bright color things you are seeing, then cones get activated to that image and it sends the signal to the brain. So, it is possible to see the things in dim light also or in bright light also, and we can see the color things because these cones and rods, the nerves of the optic nerve are sensation to the either the bright light or the dim light. Okay. So, that is the function of eye, and here at particular place, here we have the retina here, no doubt, and nerve will start from this particular junction. This particular junction where the optic nerve starts, where it will connect it to the retina of the eye, at this particular place, it has got one speciality, because at this starting place, even though I have shown only optic nerve here, it is connected here, this part, but at one particular point of the eye, where it joined to the retina here, there it is not sensitive to the light. Blind spot it is called. In blind spot, when image forms, even though it forms image, we cannot able to see the things, because at that spot when light falls or the image forms, it is not possible. Now, they have given very interesting one activity, that is how to find out that blind spot. Everyone have the blind spot in the eye. Now, what you need is, take one white sheet of paper and take one white sheet of paper and you mark to your left one cross mark. Okay, and 5 to 8 centimeter distance you mark one circular round figure, like this way you can mark in the paper. In white sheet you mark like this and fold in front one this much from one arm distance, or when you sketch your hand, that much distance, hold that paper first. Okay, now first close your left eye. Close your left eye and try to view this cross. View this cross, and when you see that cross mark, and try to slowly bring that sheet of paper slowly near to your eye. Okay, slowly near to eye. Now, one particular spot, first you can see both this cross. You should try to see only this cross mark. Okay. And at that time you can see both this round mark and cross mark. When you bring it closer, slowly at a particular point you cannot able to see this round mark. Only you can see the cross mark, because at that time that round image of that round circle you did know, that will fall on your blind spot. So, you cannot able to see the round. Even though it may be in front of you, you cannot see that round mark. Now, another eye, right eye, you want to close it, you get the blind spot of your left eye. Now, right hand side you close your eye, then try to see from your left eye this round mark. Only see this mark. Even though you see this one, you can able to see the cross mark also. So, fold it arm distance, stretch your hand, fold that paper, only try to see from your left eyes the round figure, okay, round circle try to see, then slowly move it, that white sheet slowly near and near, one particular place this cross mark you cannot able to see, because that cross mark fall on the blind spot, then you cannot able to see, as I said earlier. So, that is the way that given that activity in your textbook, the page number is 206. You can go through that one, this particular figure. Read the instruction. You try to do it at home, okay? And one more interesting aspect related to the eye is very interesting, illusion of the eye. Illusion means not real it is. That is, if you go to picture theatre or if you see some programs in front of the TV, you can see the movement, right? If you are observing the dance, you can see the movement of hands, legs, etc. The hero is dancing or heroine is dancing. Whether it is actually movement is taking place, what is the movement there? How we can see the movement dancing? In the projector, they will actually send the photographic, the reel, film reel they are sending. In the negative, have you seen any of your photos? Is it moving? In the album, you will see your photos. It is still not moving, but how it is possible on the film screen, the movement can observe, it looks like a live, actually they are present there, we may think, right, how is possible? It is due to one special property of the eye, not special property, it is the nature of the eye. A simple example I will say, if you burn one agarbatti, that is scented stick, agarbatti will say, no, you make it, burn it and you will get the red, this one, fire mark you can see, glowing of the red light you can see, right? The spot, red spot you can see. But when you make it fast movement, you can see the red circle or whichever design you can move it, your hand, that continuous path you can see. But it's actual when the peck of red mark it is, but how it is seen? Or if you see the fan, when it is not moving, the wings of the fan if you observe, you can count, there are 3 wings when the fan is not moving, its wings are not moving. But if you on the switch, when it move continuously, can you see the gap between the 2 wings when it is moving very fast? There is gap between 2 wings. Is it possible to see them? We cannot see it. Because it is all is possible, seeing the movement in the picture theatre screen or the gap between the 2 wings of the fan when it is moving, which we cannot able to see. This all due to some illusion caused by our eyes. Now how it caused? How it is possible? Now when the image will fall on our eye of any object which we are seeing, now that seeing that or the image of that object will be in our brain or in our sense, how much time it will stay in our that sensation of that seeing that image. When image falls, any image, it will remain in that sensation, seeing that sensation of seeing will be remain 1/16 second. If you divide the second into 16 parts, a small time you will get, no? Within that time, that sensation of seeing will be there, remain in our brain or in our mind. And if you see another image, or if you see turn and see another image, object, then we can see if it is after 1/26 seconds, we can able to sense the seeing of that second object slowly. Okay, so slowly after 1/16 second, if you see the second object, it is not possible. It is not at all difficult. Now we can see this side, that side. We can sense or we can see the all the object. Now, if it is within that 1/16 second, if a new image fall on the retina, then our brain cannot find the difference. It cannot sense the sensation of seeing of the second object. When if it falls, the image, this new image will fall within 1/16 second before, because first image, whatever it is there, the brain will be sensing that image only within that time. It won't consider any image after within the 1/16 second. After again second image comes after 1/16 second, it will understand, the brain will understand this is the object I am seeing. Okay, so this particular property of the eye or the brain, they will make use for the movement thing. Now, when the fan moves, or when I said no, the burning candle, if you make it move, you can see the circle of the red ring, etc. It is possible because by that fast movement, the images, continuous image of that object, whichever it is falling inside the our brain only. So, brain cannot find the difference. And in picture theater, actually in 1 second they will pass the different still photos of the whatever it is, 24 pictures they will make it pass in 1 second. So 24 pictures of different things. Say example, if one person should lift the hand, that movement you have to show in the screen. One photo will be like this in the reel, then like this way, like this way, like many photos will be there, and when they will make it pass very fast, it looks like the hand is moving up. Okay, that is the way they will, because that is the property of our eye. You can try one more activity at home, children. You take one cardboard, your white cardboard, you take it, any this one books or any thick your chart paper also you can use, white color. Okay, and one side you draw the cage of the bird, and other back side you draw one bird diagram. So one side cage, one side bird diagram on single cardboard. Okay, then if by the help of some thread or the rope you try to make it move fast, both sides. So one side you can see front, back, both sides continuously you should be able to see. So you can twiddle it. Then what fast you have to make it move, not slowly. When it move it fast, it looks like bird is inside the cage. It appears to be bird inside the cage. Actually bird is separate, cage is separate diagram. Bird is not inside the cage, but our brain or the eye sense it as bird is inside the cage. When it move it both the sides, front and back, fast, you have to turn it very fast with help of some thread. They are given the activity in page number 207. The activity is given here. This one you can try to do it at home today. Okay, that is the thing. And we have to protect our eye, this precious eye, to see the things, to see moving things, whatever it is so the world looks so colorful and interesting. To protect our eyes, we have the eyelid and eyelash. Whenever dust or anything bright light enters, suddenly we will close our eyes, right? So we should not see much bright light and light which will enter and it will damage the retina. Okay, you should be careful. And but sometimes what to do? The people have born with some eye defects, because that the structure of eyeball, and sometimes it may be smaller or it may be elongated, bigger may be there. Due to that, the image won't form on the retina itself. It may form sometime front of the retina, or the image will be formed of the object behind the retina. So correct position image should fall on this particular place. But some persons with some defects, it won't occur on the retina, so they cannot see. Sometimes some people cannot see the things which are very close, or some people have the eye problem which they cannot see the things which is far away. Okay, so that defect they may get. So you have to go to the proper optician or those who eye doctor, and they will check your eyesight, and they will prescribe you some lens which have proper power to correct your eye defects. And sometimes after some persons, when they become old age, the lens will lose its transparency. It become a cloudy like structure or a foggy like structure. They cannot see clear things. Some old people. Okay, so at that time they have to remove that lens which is not transparent, and they will replace it with artificial lens. Eye operation is possible, so they can get to see the things clearly. Okay, so we have learned today's class, especially the beautiful working of the eye the God has given. We should protect it. So in the eye we have the front part, colored part, we call it as a before that in front of that colored part we have transparent one layer is there, so that it will make the light to enter our eye, start to enter our eye, that is called cornea. Behind the cornea, the colored thing, whatever we can see, black or blue or green, yellow color, it is due to the muscle called what is the muscle? It is called the iris. The iris will give the color to the that eyeball, not eyeball, what is that small structure is there, no, that thing, and that iris will play very important role to control the light, how much light should enter into our eyes, and light will enter to our inside the eyes through a small opening called pupil, okay, which is also that size of the pupil is controlled by this iris muscle. And just behind that opening we have a transparent lens, eye lens we have, it is convex lens, and the thickness of this can be varied depending upon the position of the object while seeing by the help of the muscles, which is called ciliary muscles. By contraction or relaxation of these muscles, it is possible to change the thickness, or you can make thick small lens, or it is possible to make a thin lengthy. The length of the lens may be increased or decreased by the help of ciliary muscles. And when the light enters through this lens, the image will form here on the retina, and here that sensation of the signal of that image passed by the optic nerve, and it will send to the brain, and brain will send the signal, and you will be able to see the things, understand which things you are seeing. And the image will retain in our sensation 1/16th of the second, and using this aspect in the film theater or in any screen, if it make it possible to move the pictures within 1 second, 24 pictures, if it make it to pass within 1 second, 24 pictures, we can, our brain think it as it is the moving taking place. Okay, actually it is not moving, that is the illusion of the eye. And what are the measures? Like proper light, we have to read the book, and you have to one hand, when you stretch your hand, no, that much distance, 25 centimeter minimum, you can keep the things, the books which you are studying, that much distance with proper light should be there, and you should not move. When you see in bus and train, some people will read, it should not be, because the position of the image may changes, it is difficult to grasp the idea. And if you have eye defect, consult the eye doctor, so that proper the lens they will prescribe you, and use that lens to read the book. Okay, so that is about our eye, much more how to take care of our eye, and about the blindness, what is how they will able to sense, read and write, etc. Little more aspect is there related to eye, we will learn in the next class. Thank you, children.